Marvel Multiverse. The man who became known as Hawkeye was Clint Burton. Orphaned at an early age, he joined the circus and appends himself to the swordsman, a performer who circusized and tricks with blades. After he discovered the sword stealing from the circus, the two forgot, and Bertram was left for dead. Hawkeye is a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics, created by writer Stan Lee and artist Don Heck. The character first appeared as a supervillain in Tales of Suspense 54, and later joined the Avengers as a superhero in the Avengers 16. Jeremy Renner may be known as Hawkeye from the Avengers, but the past super reality drama, he's married to Sonia Checo, ended in divorce, shared custody, and court battle in the season finale of Hawkeye. Laura is revealed to be former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent with Commander codename Agent 19, which is a reference to the codename the superhero heroine Mockingbird used in Marvel Comics. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has established another character based on Mockingbird in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Bobby Morris. Also known as Mockingbird, Hawkeye met her shortly after his relationship with the Scarlet Witch, when they were both Avengers. After joining the Defenders, they wed. Thank you for listening to the Marvel Multiverse. Goodbye. Hello, and today I'm going to interview
Graham Simmons.
Is Hawkeye your favorite superhero?
Probably not my favorite, but I do enjoy watching all the different forms of Hawkeye because I also do archery, and so there's some similarities there with a superhero, which is pretty cool.
If Hawkeye isn't your favorite superhero, then what do you like about Hawkeye?
I like that he kind of represents how doesn't have superpowers or anything like that. He's kind of just really experienced and has some cool technology that helps him out. But at its core, he's still more of a normal guy with a normal family and a normal life, and he just is also a superhero on the side. And because he also does archery, and I have done a lot of archery as well, it's kind of cool that I can understand what he is doing and kind of feel similar to him.
What is your favorite part about Hawkeye?
I like all of his arrows and how he, in some versions, can like switch the arrow tips so that they do different things. So there's like ropes and bombs and ones that like split into a bunch of different parts and go towards an enemy, whatever it may be. I think that's a pretty cool feature, and the high-tech upgrades to the like kind of low-tech weapons that have been used for like thousands of years. I think that's also pretty cool how he was able to use technology to improve a long existing weapon.
Do you shoot arrows like Hawkeye?
Yeah, I mean they obviously don't explode or anything like that, but I do archery similar to Hawkeye in my backyard with my family, and we do have like some different arrow tips for doing different things. So there are like ones that are called flu-flus, and they're for like we shoot like bottles and cans and stuff with them to kind of give a different style. And then we also have like the normal like pointed ones that we just shoot into targets.
Do you enjoy the Hawkeye in the comics more than the movies, or the movie one more than the comics?
I think it's been cool to see the way that the movie Hawkeye has been able to develop with all of the like story in Infinity War and Endgame, and how he's kind of one of the few survivors. But there's obviously so many other versions of Hawkeye in the comics and in other stories, which I also think are super cool. And I always love how the comics are able to give a different spin on so many different characters, and you can really find one that you enjoy and dive super deep into that character. And there's just a wide variety, which I think is super cool.
Is Hawkeye your favorite Avenger?
I don't think so. I think probably of the original ones, I think for Iron Man is probably my favorite, just because of how like high tech he is, and like all the technology that he uses and has built and invented, and I think that's pretty cool.
Do you enjoy Hawkeye's wife, or do you like his daughter more as like thinking that of them in the movies or something?
I think it's been cool to see like both of them in the movies. I think his daughter is particularly interesting because we could see her take a role in like one of the movies coming up as maybe like teaming up with Kate Bishop or something, because like Kate has the Hawkeye mantle now, but I think his daughter could still factor in at some point, having the legacy of an Avenger as her father. I think there's some opportunity there that could be cool.
Do you believe that Hawkeye's daughter will be the next Iron Person?
It's possible. I think that's a super interesting idea, and it would be given that, like I said, my favorite Avenger is probably Iron Man, and I enjoy all of the iron people and the iron suits and everything. So I think that'd be a cool crossover. And it would be cool to see more of her, because
you believe that the actors have a good relationship with one another? Like, they're all friends or something?
I think so. From the behind the scenes like shows and stuff that I watched and the videos on YouTube and stuff like that, it seems like they're all like friends with each other and they get along super well. Because when you're spending like years together with the same people as you go through filming, you kind of have to learn to deal with them, and they, from what I understand, become quite close, going through everything together, which is cool.
Do you believe that Hawkeye and Black Widow are best friends? Like, yada yada.
I think so. That's one of the storylines that was cool within like Infinity War and Endgame was their relationship, and that really like brought a lot to the movies, and I think it was pretty evident from what we've seen that like even outside of the movies that they are pretty close, and they kind of work together in some ways and are similar in like that they're more focused. They're less about like superpowers and more about just like skill and being kind of strong in their fields. And I think it's a cool relationship where they have like a camaraderie there amongst all of the other Avengers who have superpowers and tons of money and stuff like that.
Who's your favorite Marvel superhero in general? Like, if you had to pick one, I would say mine would probably be Black Panther.
Black Panther is super cool. I love all of the Wakandan technology and his suit and everything. That's a really good choice. Mine, I don't know. Mine can change from day to day, but often it's Iron Man, like I said. Doctor Strange I've also found interesting. I like his sense of humor and his powers. And I think Benedict Cumberbatch has done a good job of portraying him. But there are a lot of other characters that I enjoy as well. It really just depends on like what movies I'm enjoying or what shows I'm enjoying at the time.
Do you believe that Hawkeye is underrated? Is an underrated Marvel character?
Yeah, I definitely think so. It's like even the Hawkeye show didn't get a ton of viewers, which was unfortunate. I liked it a good bit, and I think that sometimes he can get overlooked in favor of the more like flashy like superhero characters and all the ones that are more like that are stronger. Whereas he just kind of has to. I think he has a depth because he has to work more on strategy and using what he has instead of just brute force.
Do you enjoy Marvel movies like Endgame, etc.?
Yeah, they're some of my favorite. I really like Thor Ragnarok as well. That was a good movie. And all of the Avengers so far have been really good. Civil War and both Infinity War and Endgame, and of course the classic Avengers. I really enjoy them. I like seeing the crossovers that happen like in them when there's all the characters that come together.
Yeah, that is a good crossover. Now it's time for Spin the Wheel. You will get 3 chances to spin.
Black Panther, nice. Another Black Panther. Captain Marvel.
What is your favorite part about Black Panther?
Wakanda is a super cool setting, and the original Black Panther movie is one of my favorite Marvel movies. It's just super well done, and I think the world building that they do to kind of develop the Wakandan culture and Wakanda as a location is super cool. And yeah, like I said earlier, the technology is also super cool. I think it's just a really kind of well-rounded and unique character compared to a lot of the other heroes that they have in the MCU.
What is your favorite part about Ant-Man? Is it that he grows and shrinks?
That's, I mean, you could say that's the elephant in the room.
Or he can be the size of like a speck of sand.
Mm-hmm. Like in like Quantumania. Yeah, it's a super cool ability, and I like when he is able to go into like small places and go like undercover, or when he works with like the Wasp and is able to kind of fly around. And I like how he often like teams up with ants, and they're kind of smart enough to know how to work with him.
What's your favorite part about Captain Marvel and her?
I think Captain Marvel is interesting in that she doesn't actually spend a lot of time on Earth, and has spent most of the time that we've known her in the MCU has been spent on other planets and doing other things because of like partially her background, and then also her powers are like a lot for just earthly like earthly issues. So I think that's a super cool kind of difference between a lot of the other Avengers and the heroes on Earth who are there most of the time. She kind of gets other perspectives from other worlds.
Do you believe that she's like an alien?
I mean, I guess you could say that there's an argument to be made that because she spent a lot of her, like she was she spent a lot of time with like the Kree, and she has all of the powers. There is an argument there that she could be an alien, yeah.
Thank you, Dean.
Of course. Happy to help.